Hi guys, welcome to another video with me, Crazy Skin Dog, and once again we're at Castle Combe for round 3 of their karting championship. And again, it was a full field booked in. I think it was 45 in the end, but 48 booked in before the start. So another busy one. We at the end of the last video said we were going to check out a few rivals and see if we can beat those guys. So we plucked out of the championship Shane Lucas and Sebastiano Benzi, and those guys will try and keep an eye. On the day I thought Shane Lucas was kart number 47 because that's what the pre-registration sheet said, but it turned out he was in kart 27. So I'll point that out when we do race against him. I don't think we had any heats directly against Sebastiano in this one, so that might not be the greatest of rivals to have picked, unfortunately, but fingers crossed going forward we will have more races against those guys and we can see how we compare. So after last time, we're just looking to consolidate that great position that we finished in, aiming for a top 10 finish again, because we did it last time, and we've always got to be moving forwards, haven't we? So that was the main aim for today, a top 10 finish, and having a chat with one of the other drivers here. We spot Sam Slater, the British indoor karting champion, so we pop over and give him a congrats for that. We watched the stream of that. That was really entertaining. He asked if we were there. No, Sam, we weren't. We A, haven't been karting long enough, and B, are nowhere near fast enough. But hoping to enter this year's and maybe get to one of the races at least, because the first round is just your fastest times get you through to a regional race. So maybe we'll get through to that, or a local race first, I think, before a regional. But yeah, maybe we'll see if we can get through to the local race or not. So keep an eye on the channel for that. But yeah, Sam was great here. Talked us through a few things, chatted about his win at BIKC, which was amazing, and gave us a few tips for the track today after practice. So yeah, shout out to Sam for being a great guy and having the time to have a chat with us. Obviously we raced on track with him in the last one, round 2, and he just sailed by us like we weren't even there. So we're going to see if we can learn some of his tips and tricks and follow him round. So this one, heat 1, we'll skip forward to being on the grid now.
Need a kiddie seat. Oh, okay.
Just gonna see me get in the kart here and look at my pro accelerator loading skills. I'm really, I'm a really smart guy. I can totally adjust that pedal. That wasn't embarrassing at all. Probably should have just got out of the video, shouldn't I? Okay guys, so here we are getting ready to go to the grid, and this is my worst start of the day. As always, we start 1 at the front, 2 in the middle, 1 at the back, and you see Sam Slater at the start there. He's on pole for this one. So anytime we start outside the top 3, our aim has to be to finish in that top 3. That's got to be the goal. So let's see what we can do. So there was a lot of new people here today. So early on, throughout the entire day actually, some of the starts were a bit questionable. So keep your eye out for that. There we go, green light, and second place just doesn't accelerate. We get away, and there we go. We're going to try and get into 4th. Oh, absolutely torpedoed, and we get smashed right out and then come around the chicane. We have to back out here, otherwise we're going to end up in those barriers with nowhere to go. So there we are, we're still in 6th. Get our heads down. Oh, a massive bump up ahead. And those guys smashed, and I thought he was going to let him through, so I thought I'll follow him through. Didn't quite open up. I probably should have just sent it up, followed the guy that he let through there, and get it done. That guy's to put his visor down. He decides to stop on the straight to put his visor down. So there we go, up the inside. We get 2 positions. That was kind of the standard of the lower end of the field driving today. I think I got a shove from behind there because I've gone into the barriers. Look over the shoulder, check as we're clear. Don't defend, must be all right. So then we start to just get our heads down. We got a few laps to go, a little bit of a gap, but we reckon we're faster than this guy. This is a guy that didn't pull away from the line, so we should be faster than him, right? Let's just see how we go. Swooping round the chicane. up the hill. Feeling pretty happy with most of the circuit now, especially this top corner. I feel like I'm getting this well, and as if to prove a point, we catch a kart length or so there. And then this corner, I wasn't too bad on this one today. I don't think. A little bit of a slide there, a bit of an adjustment. Need to cut that out, but wasn't as bad as round 2. And then we're going to see some real improvement here. We catch right up to him. See that? Caught about a kart length and a half, right on the back of him. Surely this has got to be lap. So we follow him up the hill now. We're going to look up the inside now. He defends it hard. Try and go around the outside. No, not enough momentum there. We're going to send it. Probably should have tried to send it a bit harder, but the contact with the barrier killed some of our momentum. And he stays ahead. Last lap. We definitely got to do it this lap, haven't we? We're clearly faster. Try a wider entry, tighter exit. No, didn't get us up alongside. So that one didn't work. A little bit further back this time. We're going to send it. It opens up. We send it. He turns in, and we lose momentum. He gets better momentum down the hill, and we have to back out of that to avoid just being put in the barrier and losing all of our progress. And that is the end of the first heat. And we finish 4th there out of the 6th. Our fastest lap was a 26.07, and yeah, that was okay. Not good enough really. We need a top 3 finish there. We were clearly fast enough for it, and we couldn't get the move done. We had multiple opportunities, and that's an area I really need to improve on. As we see the guy who finished behind us, he's just getting a little warning for his excitable overtake attempts. There was quite a few newer guys there today, I think, so they were braking a little bit earlier than we maybe expected, and I just wanted to check that I wasn't out of line on my attempted overtake when we made contact there, and Marshall confirms all was okay. So on to Heat 2. Apologies for the buzzsaw noises in the background in that last one. One of the neighbours decided to start doing some construction work right as I was in the middle of recording a big chunk of audio, and restarting again would have been far too much effort, I'm afraid. So unfortunately, I just have to put up with that little bit of background noise in that one. I've closed all of the windows now, despite it being pretty stuffy in here. So I'll just have to suffer so that the audio can sound a bit better. Right, Heat 2, from our worst start of the day to our best. And for this one, we are starting on pole. And grab our little booster seat again. Not because we're too small for any of the carts. In fact, probably need to be a bit further back in the carts, but because I am skinny and I get chucked around these carts all over the place, and if I don't put a little rubber insert in, then I end up hurting my ribs on the corner of the seat. So yeah, I probably need to sort that with some kind of chest padding or something to protect my ribs so that I can move around the cart a bit more and use that weight a bit better. But I'm saving up for a race suit first. Well, not necessarily saving up, but trying to find somewhere I can go and try one on, because I don't fancy ordering one online, because trying to use those sizing charts, I don't know if you guys have ever tried buying a kart suit online, but I'm like small in the waist but an extra large in the height. It's just impossible to work out which size I should buy, and if I'm dropping 250 quid, 300 quid on a suit, I want it to fit. So yeah, gonna try and make it out to a shop at some point if regulations and the pandemic allow. But yeah, here we go, taking the stoppers out the wheel, so we're getting ready to go. I always feel nervous when I'm towards the front. I know in this race I've got the lowest kart number, so in theory I should be the fastest kart in this heat. Doesn't stop me being nervous. I'd like to chase, I think, and try and overtake later rather than be the pace setter. But let's see how we go. Longer wait as well once we get to the grid, because we've got to wait for everybody else to line up. I don't ever look behind me to see the progress, because I don't want to miss the green light. So I just sit there, stare at the green light, not blinking, waiting. There we go, it's green. We get away, decent start. Second actually got a good start in our heat. He actually got ahead of us for a while there, but we got the inside line. So we just keep that, wash it out wide, and leave him nowhere to go. Block off the chicane nicely, and progress up the hill. Take a look over the shoulder. Nobody around, so we'll take the racing line. Slightly defensive, maybe a little bit tighter than I'd normally take it. But yeah, just trying to assert our position on this first lap. and then now consolidate and drive away. Here we go, lap 2. How are we taking this hairpin? Nice, not too much input on the steering wheel, hitting the apex, happy with that. The chicane, relatively simple, just don't fall into the chasm that is the right hand apex. Up the top, I'm feeling comfortable with this corner. It's quite a wide apex there, but it actually works out in the end. Really late apex to get down the hill. And this corner was the one I was struggling with last time. I'm better, I'm still not very good at it. I'm still half a second off of what I was on my fastest times in the previous round. So yeah, we're working on that one. And this one, I wasn't pushing too hard because I didn't want to make any silly mistakes. So I don't know if that's a bad idea. Maybe why I was a bit slower than I could have been, and in fact slower than I was in the first heat. But I just didn't want to go steaming into one of the corners, lock the brakes and just lose all of my momentum and someone sail past me. But that's how nervous I am when I'm in front. Hopefully I'll get more practice at this, get better at it, and be a bit more confident when I'm in that leading position. And I'm just having to waffle because this race is really dull to watch on video, but I had an absolute blast. Just sailing around at the front despite being very nervous. Looking like a nice easy heat win. Check over the shoulder at the hairpin just to check where the goes. Oh, I didn't even check over the shoulder that lap. That's how settled in I am now. Feeling good. We can see the other guys coming down the hill on the right hand side there. Double check over the shoulder just to make sure nobody's going to surprise me. And yeah, we're looking good after the not being able to get the overtake done in heat 1. A heat 2 win would be nice, score some decent points, and there it is, the checkered flag. Sorry that wasn't the most enthralling viewing, but I had an absolute blast. Finished that heat with a massive smile on my face and feeling optimistic for the rest of the day. And talking of the rest of the day, we'll get into an outro. We'll go through the standings from the first 2 heats. No, we won't go through the standings from the first 2 heats. I'll recap the first 2 heats, how I was feeling, and set up for the next 2 heats coming in the next video. Thank you to everybody for watching. Shout out to everybody that I met on the day. Starting to actually get to talk to some of the guys now. Seb and his dad Graham, fantastic as ever. It was really nice to be able to just chat throughout the day, get a few tips, speak to Seb about some of his driving habits and how I can improve mine. So thanks for that. And Sam as well, another Sam. He spoke to him at the end of the day, and he said he watched the video. So hi Sam, thank you very much. Appreciate the support. And yeah, really enjoying the out of kart experience now as well as the in kart experience, which is just enhances it no end. It is a hobby after all. It's all about going out and enjoying ourselves. Remember I said that when we come to the end of video 2 and 3, and quote that back to me. But yeah, no, it was great fun. It was a nice sunny day, and yeah, thanks again for watching this first part, and hopefully part 2 shouldn't be too far behind, and we can see how I got on in the rest of the heats. Okay guys, so I jumped the gun with a bit of my outro there. I didn't actually finish the recap. So the fastest lap of heat 2 was a 26.42. So as I said, it wasn't as fast as I wanted. Was a bit cautious at points just to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. But yeah, so a 4th and a 1st for our first 2 heats. Not as good as it should have been, but still the 1st made us happy. We'll see how the rest of it goes in the next video. So thanks again for watching. Drop the like, subscribe, drop a comment down below with any advice. Thanks to Neil Durant for popping me some hints on Facebook as well. Appreciate it all. So yeah, thank you very much. See you in the next one.